Thanks for sticking with me through all these twists and turns. I couldn't believe it had taken me this long to realize I'd overlooked the Discovery Learning Research Center, right behind me. This is where scientists and educators are working on new ways to teach science and math. My footsteps quickened as I schlepped over there. I'll save you the trip. And I asked about the programs they had going on regarding education, particularly focusing on science. Once they told me about the GK-12 fellowships they had, I looked down immediately at the sheet and couldn't believe I'd overlooked the fact that task number 4 might refer to a program working with kindergarten through 12th graders. I'd just been assuming that it was some sort of atomic designation rather than the name of a program sending graduate students to teach middle schoolers about science for a year. I knew this was the solution, the only possible link that could tie all of these disparate tasks together. After all, most scientists wouldn't have used the simplified language like that used on the task list unless they were thinking about explaining things to people without scientist vocabulary. Scientists were known for their precision. So it was highly likely that it was one of the people who had won a GK-12 fellowship and was now looking to publish, probably in some education journal, the teaching practices they'd followed during their time with the program. My heart was pounding as I waited for them to email me the list of fellows for the final piece of the puzzle, the name of the most likely fellow. As it turned out, the paper didn't belong to someone who even had an office in Discovery Park, though he had lots of ties with it and was blessedly quite nearby. He was a postdoctoral researcher residing in the Biomedical Sciences building that you can see to my left right across from Discovery Park, but not in it. He was thrilled to get his task list back and was kind enough to explain a bit more about his connections to Discovery Park. While he was working on collaborations with researchers in both Bindley and Burke, using, yes, fructose and sucrose to create nanocompounds for biomedical applications, his primary connection had been in the previous 2 years, when he'd been funded through the Discovery Learning Center's fellowships, first to work with local middle schoolers, and then to take a 3-week trip to China the next year. In China, they'd worked with rural Chinese students before doing research at one of the universities there. Relieved to have solved the problem within such a short period of time without having to go to China to do it, I handed over the sheet of paper and emerged from the building, dazed but pleased as punch with my detective prowess in having returned the sheet of paper so promptly. But what did it all mean? Meet me back in front of the Burton Morgan building, near the front entrance. That's where we'll finish up.